Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Vixen and all his reindeers pulling on the reins. Bells are ringing, children singing, all is merry and bright. So hang your stockings and say your prayers, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight. Here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. He's got a bag that's filled with toys for boys and girls again. Hear those sleigh bells jingle, jangle, oh, what a beautiful sight. So jump in bed and cover your head, 'cause Santa Claus comes tonight.
Hello and welcome to SRA Race 7, Season 5. Here at Laguna Seca, looking at a wonderful, nice, beautiful, sunny day here on track in America. Looking at the silver qualifying division right now. Sorry for the late start, guys. We were trying to get some server stuff going here, but we're here now. Looking at these drivers start their laps here in the picture-in-picture. I'm looking at Victor Diaz, but Jess, do we have any standings or anything that we're looking at here?
Oh man, it's all news to me. I've been away forever. But yeah, let's take a look at the team standings. Madhouse Racing blowing the doors off of this season so far. Freaking huge gap. Holy crap. 260-point lead over ANSI 3D Racing. A Badmin's brand. Fucking Badmin's. They're everywhere. But yeah, wow, look at that. It's a pretty, they've scooped up so many of the points that everywhere from P3 down, look at how tight it is. So, yeah, top 10 stand is still kind of anybody's game. Let's look at the drivers.
Well, it's Ryan Yee in first place here. I know that's for sure.
Yeah, he has this one just about wrapped up, I think.
Oh, yes, he does. Look at that.
Wow.
And Jeremy Mercer looking pretty good, though, but 146 behind Ryan Yee. So he's just really had a dominating season so far. Brooker Quigg in third, Travis Nordstrom in fourth, Koa Jeromo in fifth. And you can really see these SR aliens here. Ryan Yee, Mercer, Quigg, Nordstrom, Spangler, Lehman, and Mr. Sir are all a part of this new class of driver. But Koa Jeromo is holding his own here, sitting in fifth for the champion and a silver division driver. So he's got to be feeling really good. But for silver division, obviously Koa Jeromo is sitting in first place. Loic Normando is sitting in second. Jason Kinger in third. Victor Diaz in fourth. And Chris Brown in fifth. I'm not surprised by any of that because all those drivers are just insane. But I'm looking forward to getting this the season wrapped up here.
You know, me too. Mostly because I'm tired of the Aston Martin.
And you and me both, brother.
This season started off strong and it's just been downhill for me, so I'm ready to see the end of it.
How does the Aston compare on this track? I know the Porsche seems to be an outright favorite here.
Yeah, the Porsche is just
heavier on the corners. The Porsche, you just send it and it usually works as long as you're careful enough on the throttle. The Aston, yeah, I somehow, even though it's like it's usually more planted, it's harder to spin. I spin it through corkscrew like a third of the time. I am screwed tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
I'm sure you'll manage. You'll figure it out.
Oh, it's awful.
You're going to be watching. You're going to be watching these Porsche drivers really go crazy here tonight because this is a favorite track. The Porsche just does insane here. Really
That's
overpowered.
Kinger in the Porsche.
Yep, Kinger in the Porsche, setting the fastest lap so far with a 22.4. And I think we're going to see the leaderboard fill up with Porsches here. But the McLaren is also one of the cars that we're looking at being one of the slower cars. But yet we have Nate Specht and Joao Semedo sitting in fourth and sixth respectively at the moment. Half a tenth behind the current leader, McCrow. pulling a yellow flag in the qualifying session here. Just pulling off to the side, letting some fellow drivers by and hopping back in the fray.
Matt Schwartz put himself in P4. Oh, and he's edged out by Sparks.
Evan Kim looking really good
was
so
the
far
drama?
here, sitting in second with a 22.5. Getting held up a little bit by his teammate Douglas Mitchell. We'll see if Doug lets him by. But speaking of, we're glad to see Doug back racing and Jess back in the booth, as it should be.
Yeah, thanks,
I
Doug,
tried-
for covering for me last week. I was
But-
away for the
but
dumbest
no
reason.
thanks.
Don't be nice. The dumbest reason, just because I just assumed, I didn't even think twice about it. I was like, what sim racing league would have a race resume right after New Year's, right? Like, that's crazy. Like, of course it's off. I didn't even look at the calendar when it's scheduled off. Oh, and that's what you see Coadromo doing, what you're going to see me doing tomorrow, multiple times. So
Coadromo
yeah, I booked
electing
my
hang it up.
vacation 2 days too long, so I missed the broadcast and my own race. And I already had burned a drop race on a 5-pointer.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'm plummeting. I'm in shambles. My championships are over. And
Well,
also sorry
that's
for
the-
missing.
Inexcusable, but glad to have you back. But
Sparks taking pole there with a 22.2, so that's 2/10 up.
yeah, so we have Honda, Porsche, Honda. Chris Brown in third place right now. Jason Kinger still hanging out in second.
I'm a little
yeah.
surprised to see that. Is the Honda actually good?
Yeah, actually, person in chat mentions that Honda technically holds the fastest lap on AOR around Laguna.
Very interesting. Okay. Evan Kim
That's
still
it.
holding his own here, sitting in fourth place with a 22.5. So very excited to see him up there. I'm sure he's feeling really well. He's going up and down on his time, so I don't doubt that he can squeeze just a little bit more out of it. If he can just get half a tenth, he would be moving up one more position. But he gets pushed down by Nate Specht with a 22.522. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 are within a tenth of each other. So very, very close.
Sandman, I see you in the chat with the setup advice. Thank you. I will try that.
Look, the D1 race is where you get all the information for your upcoming races,
Yeah, it's all
guys.
the R&D.
Yep. Yeah. Why do you think we're up here in the booth? Okay, we're just sitting here scoping out the competition, scoping out how our race is going to go tomorrow. Only a couple seconds left of the qualifying session here. People are racing to the line to get that lucky dog lap. Joao catching a little bit of dirt there. Down a 10th, sitting in 9th place right now.
Looks like Chris Brown's looking to improve his time here potentially. No, it's going down. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Oh, he does. He puts himself P3.
Douglas Mitchell, who was relatively confident when we talked to him earlier, is struggling at the moment with a 23.6. I mean, sorry, a 23.3.
Was that what you
struggling to
got out of
improve.
him? He told me he wasn't feeling confident at all.
Look. He says I'm not confident.
Who's
I'm gonna
spinning?
crash. I'm gonna cause the big one here tonight. But that normally means I'm gonna do okay in Doug terms. So, he said that he's a solid mid-pack car, and I'd like to see him up there. He's had a bit of a rough season so far, electing to throw away this lap. Not going to be able to improve here. OMG, it's Pav pulling a yellow flag here after crossing the line.
Looking
Nate
at
Specht also looking to improve, 2/10 up.
Victor Diaz looks like he's going to cross the line here. 2/10 up as well. See where that puts him. Moves him up one spot into P11.
So will Chris Brown if he hustles. Got 2/10. Oh, and he's losing it right as I look at him, and he's gaining it. Well, this might be really good. It will be really good for him. P2 provisional.
Boom.
Excellent. Starting bang up right at the front of the silver division. That's where he wants to be.
And Nate Specht had 2/10, but couldn't hang it together through the last corner there. That would have put him in 5th, but he's hanging out in 6th. Not a bad place to be for the least favorited car on the track today.
Now entering the track, the guy everybody else that's privy knows is the guy to beat. Danny Durance was blowing the doors off the server in practice.
And that's a good looking Porsche, man.
So we've had a couple of drivers join with the wrong livery due to the Transatlantic Cup, which I hope you guys tuned in for. And if you missed that, should be on our Twitch VOD or our YouTube channel. But Dom Duran has showed up with the Transatlantic Cup livery today. I'm sure he's going to have a team meeting with himself about that.
Yes, he has. In fact, didn't Doug, or did he get himself sorted out?
Doug got himself sorted out. He's in the proper car now.
This is the first time I'm seeing Durance's chrome Porsche, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think his is also a mistake because his teammate, James Riley, not James Riley.
Andrew Anderson, right?
Am I blind?
Nordstrom?
Maybe. Nordstrom?
Anderson?
Yes, it's Nordstrom. I think it's Nordstrom.
No,
I don't know.
no.
Hold up. I have the standings right here. It is Nordstrom and Kinger.
Yeah, it is Anderson, Porsche Motorsport. Yeah, look there.
Yeah,
He's got a more
there we
fleshed
go.
out livery, so I think that's what it's supposed to look like. But anyway,
Look, guys,
they're out on their hot laps now, so let's look at the Gold Boys.
Oh, and speaking of that, ANSI
Trav.
3D Porsche catching some air there on a curb.
Can't park this,
Typical Laguna things. Yep.
And the Flyers already coming in. Fimbres Casas took pole with Ryan Yee a 10th behind him. Ryan Yee was one of the drivers. Yeah, Ryan Yee was one of the drivers who competed for SRA in the Transatlantic Cup, and he actually placed 2nd. So shout out to him. It was in the Porsche though. I do remember watching him in the Porsche, and it was a rain race, so different environment today. He's in the Honda, and it's completely dry. So we'll see how he does.
Yeah, all those drivers who participated in the Transatlantic Cup are they have a significant advantage here, having a lot more practice.
It looks like Diego has already invalidated his lap, and Ryan Yee is 4/10 up, about to be 5/10. He's about to run away with P1.
Yeah, he's flying. He's still got a good bit of this track left to get through.
Danny's not even up.
Jeffrey's saying Dom just wanted to represent that sweet CJA logo.
It was
Coach
pretty sick.
Jeffrey's Academy logo. Yes.
Yep.
It's probably why he is repping that Ferrari.
Can't blame him. But speaking of the Transatlantic Cup, if you enjoyed what you guys saw on the 7th, we are also having another race with Onid at Brands Hatch on the 21st, so be sure to tune in for that. A transatlantic, competition of sorts between one of the top European leagues and the top American league, so a lot of fun.
Travis Nordstrom having a lot of fun right now. He just snuck into P2.
Yeah, Travis snuck into P2 at the 21.7, and Ryan Yee, that's a 21.4 he has for pole now.
Matt Lehman, not far off from P3, got to the P5. Real close to the 2nd row. Jeff Spangler's on a charge right now. 5/10 up, 6/10 up. 6.5.
Casas.
7. He's flying. Let's watch him in the end of Sector 3. Oh, he's got traffic up ahead. He's sweating right now. This last thing he wants. Oh no, can he keep it? He's still 6.5 tenths up. He's fine. He's fine. But he's gonna be.
Oh, what a heater of a lap.
Wondering how he's gonna be able to squeeze any more time out of the next laps, but maybe he doesn't care because it's P2. Nice lap,
Ooh.
Jeff.
Four minutes left of the
not-
qualifying session here.
I'm not sure if Cleansing is racing or not. I do not see him in the server to answer Jeffrey's question. But I'm not sure the deal, so I hope he's doing all right.
Yeah, I would like to point out that we do have some sparse attendance today. Only 31 drivers.
I don't know, it's about normal. Who's missing? Roll call. Anybody who's
Cleansing.
not here, raise your hand.
I feel
Type
like
in chat if you're not here. Type in chat.
I feel like we normally have like 38 drivers, so I think we're missing a good chunk of people here. I think we're missing some D2 folks. Or sorry, D1 silver folks. I would hope we'd be missing some D2
Yeah,
folks.
that would make a lot of sense.
But
They race tomorrow.
Trav Robinson 3/10 up on his lap here, and 24th at the moment with a 22.8. So this would bump him up quite a few positions here if he can hold this. Now 4/10 up going through the corkscrew. I'm going to hop on board with him here as we go through these final couple turns. This is a very short track.
Yeah, it is. It kind of flies by.
Nordstrom just took P2 from Spangler.
Trav now up 6/10 going through this last corner here. 7/10, 8/10. Can he hold it? 7/10, 6/10, slowly dropping 5/10. Oh, and
it's good for a lot,
he moves
though.
from 24th all the way up to 12th.
Excellent.
Not bad at all.
Excellent.
It's 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left.
Rance is looking really good here. Sitting in 15th at the moment with a 22.4, but he's 6 or 7/10 up.
Oh, he's charging.
Going through these last couple turns here, losing about a 10th. But we'll see if he can hold this together. This would be quite the bump for him if
That'll
he
put
can.
him P3. No, P4.
Looking at 6/10. No, back down to 5/10. And going over the line from 15th to 4th place. Very nice.
I was still expecting him to be a little higher in the pecking order, but yeah, warm-up is over. He pulled it out, but he's got one more go at it. He only needs to pull out 2/10 to, be striking on the podium.
Both Riley and Rust are about to come over the line. Riley up 6/10 and Rust up 3/10. So it's going to move Rust up to 18th position and Riley up to 9th.
This might be Grid Thieves week. Riley and Vicini, my Grid Thieves brethren, doing well.
Jeremy Mercer 2.5 up at the moment. Just kind of going through Sector 2 right now. And here's this brutal kink right here on this straightaway that really catches me off guard every time. You either don't turn in enough or you turn in way too much and you hit the curb and you're flying over the fence. No in between. Sure, now up 5/10, looking at 6/10. Little blip of the throttle there, losing him some time. Not quite hitting the apex there, going to lose him just a tad bit more time. No, he's gaining time. 6/10. Can he hold it?
He's on it.
On the throttle nice and early there, but he's going to lose just a little bit.
Not an ideal
5.5 tenths from 17th place all the way up to 5th.
Good enough.
Very good. Yep.
Everybody's on their final laps now. Clock is at 0.
Robinson here watching the picture-in-picture on board, a 10.5 up in 15th position right now with a 22.2. Oh, he's going to lose all that time here in the last couple corners unless he can really rock it out of this last corner, and he does. 1/10. He's going to get it. 2/10, maybe? Almost 2/10 from 14th all the way up to 10th.
Vicini's and Durant's are next up to on the block with Green Deltas.
Durant is looking for pole right now.
Yes, he is. We'll get to him in just a moment. Is Vicini up?
Oh.
Good enough for P6. He takes it away from Diego. Now all is on Danny.
Yeah, and Danny is up a whole half a second right now coming into this last sector here. Last sector, now the final corner. He's still up good on time. Nearly 7/10 on the exit, back down to 5.
A little bit,
no.
4/10.
Oh,
He might
might
not
still
get
have
it.
it. No,
no,
he just,
3/10.
I was so close.
Oh,
It was
all
so
the way up to
close.
second place.
200.
Not even, yep,
A
200ths
quarter of a
away from
tenth.
Ryan Yee. But still, that is a very good sign for Mr. Durant's here to be up with the likes of Ryan Yee. You can't be mad at yourself.
They got
Quarter
2.5
of a
minutes to
tenth.
get up.
Sorry, go ahead. I just can't get over that. It was so
No,
close.
yeah, that was an impressive lap he's putting together there, and it really looked like full out. I also saw Nordstrom earlier in the qualifying put together a heater of a lap that he had validated. So these top 3 drivers, I'm really interested to see who has that race pace, or if we're going to be in for a long battle here this next hour.
A little track walk here. Getting a little mid-season livery checkup. I see some folks that are missing liveries or have the wrong livery
something
supply.
got messed
Guys,
up. And
you gotta get it down here.
most
I mean,
shocking
come
of
on.
all being Fosley, why? You of all people,
We
you were the
synced.
chosen one.
We synced right before the race, Foz. There's no excuses here that the commentator team is messed up. I mean, we might be a little bit messed up, but we didn't mess up on the liveries, as far as I can tell.
Wasn't me, boss.
And I just love this this Aston Martin livery here.
It's pretty good.
Caleb Yarrington. See, this is I can't access the score right now. And the Lamborghini also missing their livery. Come on, guys.
Get it
Come on.
together. What are we
I
paying
want
for
to
you for?
I want to see everyone have their liveries looking all purdy and fresh at for the last race of the season here.
Please.
Yep.
Please.
All right, 30 seconds. Drivers, if you're listening, please hit drive.
Ooh,
Don't get
Lord.
sent to the pits. And I don't think anybody is starting from the pits
I
today.
think we do, actually. Was driver number 2 starting from the pits? I looked at the penalties earlier today. I don't remember off the top of my head. Unless I was looking at the wrong division. Are they even, no, driver number 2 is not even in this lobby. Never mind.
Well, that's his penalty.
Oh.
Don't race.
What is
Oh,
Lois
and there is
doing
somebody in there.
in the pit lane? Naughty, naughty. And the grid is moving.
Out for their out laps. The tensions are building. Their nerves are going crazy right now. They're all wondering at what point in the race are they going to hit a massive sausage curb and go careening off the track.
Probably pretty early.
Yep. If I was in there, it would be lap 1, lap 2, lap 3,
Yeah,
lap 4,
3, the latest.
pretty much every
for me.
lap.
At the latest.
Travis Nordsman's got that USA colored livery, trying to get victory here at the USA track.
It might work out for him. Coca-Cola
Jeremy
does well
Mercer.
around these parts too.
Yeah, Jeremy Mercer holding it down for the Coca-Cola Plan E Racing Ferraris, sitting in 5th right now. He's someone that we're really going to be watching out for. He's shown incredible pace and incredible skill this season so far, so I'm excited to see how he does and how he wrangles that Ferrari around here. Ryan Yee, obviously someone that we're going to be keeping a close eye on all race too, but I expect him to just rock it off from here, unless Mr. Durant can get him at the jump and make something happen real early. Ryan Yee, this is his race to win.
Yo, Paul or Jess, do either of you care to go on board here as we go through the corkscrew so the viewers can see it?
Sure.
I will. I'm the passenger of Jay Sparks, merging through some other cars. That's not a good view. Now on board Mr. Sir. That's one hell of a drop.
Man, 11 through 15, all Hondas.
That's wild. Wow.
That's a bunch of H's.
Would you just look at it? Look at that.
Just look
Like
at
a
it.
Honda parking lot. Just look at that.
And they're going double file right now. When you're on track, you say, man, are we going double file a little bit early? We're only like halfway through the track, but the track is very short, so that's about the right distance. Hopefully no one gets caught behind the corner like they did on the practice race, but we are about ready to go here. Drivers all lined up. And we're off and away for SRA Race 7, Season 5, here at Laguna Seca.
Here they go up the hill, coming down the hill into the braking zone of turn 1. We got 3 wide coming in the back of the pack there. Everything's looking clean. Ryan Yee still has P1. The Porsches are battling for P2. Oh, and there's a car squirrely in the sand.
A little bit of sand kicked up, but they keep it on
we're about to
track
have a
nice and
parking
clean.
lot. It's about to happen.
Watch out.
2 Porsches go off a little bit there, get squirrely.
Oh, and it's still happening.
Look, Nordstrom losing some positions.
And they're going to be squabbling to get back on track. They'll be climbing over each other.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that was like half the field.
That was brutal.
Half the backpack there.
We already got a drive-through penalty being dished out. What possibly for? Jumping a start, maybe?
Yeah, out of position.
My.
Patrick Rust gaining a position here on teammate Fazley. You wouldn't know it because he doesn't have a skin upon.
Squirrely here. Oh, they're nearly coming together. We got to go on board for this. It's going crazy.
Getting real aggressive here. We're on board with Matt Lehman in the orange McLaren.
Ryan Yee is like a rocket ship. He's on his own.
These guys
That's
are going
Nordstrom.
at each other's throats lap 1.
That's Nordstrom behind Lehman's, and Nordstrom was up there in P3 at the start, so something must have happened to him that I missed.
Yeah, we went off and like turned 4 and got back on.
Oh, when he gets real close to the back.
They
of
all
Lehman
went
there.
successively deeper than the last. That almost collapsed, that house of cards. Wow. But yeah, Lehman is putting the pressure on Diego right now. I think more than anybody else in the track right now. But no, things are popping off around P20. We got to keep a camera around the midfield right now. They're fighting no less hard. Owen Schwartz, yellow flagged and off track.
Matt Lehman catching some dirt here.
Oh, it's
going a little
NASCAR.
bit
He
slow.
doesn't know how to turn right.
Nordstrom.
Oh, and he's lost so many
Nordstrom
positions.
going on the inside of the kink here, slowing Lehman down. Where are you, Lehman? Now, Lehman's facing a lot of pressure here from Nordstrom and Riley. Nordstrom going on the inside. Matt
you
Lehman
can't take
elected
that line.
to
That doesn't work.
skip the corkscrew.
Oh, that line.
Multiple people skipping the corkscrew here.
Did you see him try to go double through the corkscrew
It
there?
was nuts.
Yeah, it's not going to happen, guys. It's too early in the race for that.
Yeah, and this is seriously helping Ryan Yee out, and frankly, everybody in the top 5. There's a good gap now.
Well, yeah, Ryan Yee has a 2.8 second lead on Danny Durance at the moment.
Patrick Rust going up the inside of Duran. He might have it. I think he's got the overlap. He's got the apex. Does he have the exit? Yes, he does.
Great move by Patrick there.
Smooth. Oh, Brandon Chan getting scrappy once again. Yellow flag quickly back on track. Oh, now Stallworth too. Ooh, that's I think more than light damage.
That
Let's
was
see what
a
happened
heavy
here.
collision into the wall there.
From his perspective. Oh, that slide, sir. Bonk.
Yeah,
Riley is
that's a
losing
bunch of
positions
aero.
very quickly here. Looks like he got off on some dirt, moving from like 5th all the way down to 12th. Or high up in the order all the way down to 12th. And Ryan Yee is already laying down 1:21.8. That's just insane. He has almost a second on the next fastest lap.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. He's walking away with it.
It's just
That's
stupid.
the blessing of no
3.3
traffic, huh?
second gap now.
Durant might find the pace. He's still got it in him.
I could beat Ryan. I could beat him in a race. I'm just injured right now, so I can't race.
Wounded warrior.
Yeah, I just can't prove it right now. But I'll tell you. All right, that's sarcasm just for anybody. Just gotta
All right,
put that
set
out
him up,
there. Gotta
guys.
save myself a little
get
bit.
the
Place your
1v1.
bets. A little scrappy with McCroat and Sparks here.
Yeah, it was an exciting first couple laps. Good to have a breather here. Looking like the drivers are doing the same.
This is a track where you kind of need a breather. It's so short, and there's so many tricky corners where you just got to tip the car in.
Yep, like this
at
one
the
we just saw.
right.
You got to be brave enough to get the banking on the apex, because if you're timid, you're just going wide. Oh, and that's what we see up ahead, is Pav going wide. He does get it together without crashing, though. That is
But
a
Schwartz
hairy
gonna
place to
go
go. And he
inside.
closes
and
the
another
door.
McLaren.
Oh, no.
Slams the door, in fact.
Man.
The car that was there. Is that Smedo?
Yep, that
Yep.
looks like Zhao Tomato and the McLaren there.
I'm sure there will be words over that. Sorry.
Riley going really deep here into turn 1. Maybe he's trying to get the run on Duran here, but he's losing a ton of time. Hammer doesn't know what to do.
Oh, and Ivan McCrow. Oh, I didn't even
Oh.
say anything. The instant I put my camera on him. The curse is real,
Yep.
folks. Anybody who tells you karma isn't real or the commentator's curse isn't real, they're fools. They're not a wise man.
And that was the same spot that Honda, it was the same thing.
Yep, the
Put
exact
left
same
tires
thing.
in the sand and snapped oversteer to the right.
Well, Chris Brown nearly going in the back of Vosley. Taking a very
It's an
different line
interesting
through.
line.
I think it might have been a little too straight of a line.
Mr. Sir's going to look to capitalize on that. Can't get it done in this corner. Still right on the rear. Nothing for the last corner, but he gets way close there on the outside.
That holds up Mr. Sir enough that now Sparks is the one attacking.
I was gonna say compromised him there a little bit. Now he's gonna be on the defensive coming into turn 1, coming down the hill. Sparks there on the outside.
Not where he wants to be.
Riley and Duran side by side now going into turn 3 here.
Oh, and they're still side by side.
Yep.
Oh, and
These two
they're
have been
holding it.
scrapping
He
out for a
tries
while
to hang it
here.
around the outside. He really tried.
Riley getting the charge up the hill here. In this onboard cam, you can really see the elevation change here at Laguna Seca. It makes it
It's almost
one of the
it's pretty
more
scary.
interesting tracks here in the series.
I really hate corkscrew.
There's a lot of people who hate corkscrew, but it is what it is. It looks cool.
It really does. It gives some cool clips with the sparks flying.
It's fun like the first 5 times you go through it. Riley once again the charge. Looking at the inside here, going to T1, braking hard. Duran having to slip behind. Duran sees if he can try to get a nose in, but he can't, catching a little bit of curb there and not going to be able to regain that position right back. Riley, now in 11th position, has a 5.9 second gap up to Patrick Rust.
Yeah, this race is really kind of split into 3 packs, and plus the leader just driving away with it. He up 7 seconds now, but yeah, from 2nd down to 5th, all fighting, and then some stragglers there, and then a big gap to this train we're watching right here.
Foz looked like he had a good run there. Must have backed out. Backed out reluctantly though, because you see that train of 4 cars all right behind him, bumper to bumper.
Yeah, I'd be nervous going through here too.
Oh, when he goes a little wide. Oh, when he saves it.
And that's Menning.
Oh, that's, yeah, another Mercedes.
Oh, we got a Honda diving up the inside. Is that Chris Brown? Edging out Fosley.
It is.
And they're side by side out the exit.
Oh,
and
he's
Chris
going
Brown
to fully
takes
clear
it.
before turn 1.
Oh, and
Sir
Fosley's
looking up
got
inside.
people all over his tailpipe. Holy crap.
Yeah, it sparks up the inside of Mr. Sir now.
Vicini and Evan Kim going side by side. Vicini taking the position here. Nothing that Evan can do. Just had the horsepower. Vicini even doing it with his turn signal on, letting him know.
I think Sparks just passed M. Sir there, and that's something you don't see every day. Mr. Sir getting passed, so props to Sparks for that move. Mr. Sir has passed 7 people so far in this race to put him up into 16th.
Here's a scrappy little fight watching in the picture-in-picture. Brooker Quigg, Victor Diaz, and Ivan McCroat, all within a couple of tenths of each other. Quigg looking outside, inside, can't make anything happen here on Diaz.
Can you believe it's only been 11 minutes?
Yeah,
This is a nail-biting race, always.
This race has been exciting. It looks like Sparks on the back of Foz again. Looking on the outside. Gonna stick on the outside into the brake zone. He's gonna go way deep here. He's gonna hold it. They're gonna keep it clean. M. Sir's now on the back of Sparks trying to get him back. And they file back into place there. Foz has been having a great race as well. He's up 10 spots now to 14th.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing great.
It looks like our fight for the podium is starting to thin out a little bit. That train is starting to break up.
Marlowe getting by Anderson here. Douglas Mitchell hanging out right behind him. Not bad company to be in. Anderson slowly losing his grip on Marlowe.
Oh, look at, he's battered and bruised.
Yeah, he's got some damage up in the front there and in the back.
Quigg and Round Diaz just up ahead. Owen Schwartz.
Schwartz throwing a yellow flag.
Again.
The Rainbow Warrior going nose first in the wall. Hood is up. That's that straightaway kink for you. That'll do it. Yep. This might be one of those ones where you might want to go back to pits for that. Looks like he already had damage before, so he's got damage on the side, on the back, on the front. This is one battered and bruised car right here.
Coadromo, man, hate to hear it. Hope you get your internet
Oh, man.
fixed up, yeah, and
No.
back racing soon.
Well, at least you got a good show to watch here while you bitch out your internet company.
Send them my regards too.
This is a great little fight we got going on here. Fazley, Sparks, Mr. Sir, Chan, Menning, and Specht all within a tenth of each other. all within a couple of tenths of each other.
Sparks is in the hot seat right now. Let's go to him.
Oh, and we have a Honda backing up through the corkscrew. What is going on? Number 3. Oh, no. That's C. Brown and Michael Menning come together in the corkscrew. I'm not sure what C. Brown was doing.
Oh, and he just lost.
He was going
the rear
backwards
end.
there.
I've done that many times, but then he doesn't hold the brakes. He's not holding the
Hold
brakes.
the brakes. Man,
Oh no!
Instant replay of that. That's brutal.
That is like nightmare scenario coming over the crest of that corkscrew to see a car rolling backwards down it. That's
I've said it many times. You can't park there, sir. And he's in the sand again. I think he's trying to find the pit lane. Did he miss the pit lane?
Yeah, I think he's just regathering himself here, figuring out what to do.
Let's avert our eyes. Sorry, boys.
And we're looking at Fimbres Costas right now in P5 with Travis Nordstrom behind him in P6.
Oh, but things are popping off. Behind Fosley just fell 2 spots. You get an eye on that, Polly?
Vaz 2 spots.
215, yeah. He's in the middle of a 4-way fight.
P15 doesn't exist. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, that's not a number. You're right. I was just pulling your leg.
I was just taking a look at Ryan Yee, who has built a 10-second gap.
Let's
almost unheard of.
Let's not inflate his ego anymore. He's had enough.
Man.
He's had enough. We're already dead.
If you know any aliens that have the potential to put Ryan Yee in his place, give us a ring.
And SRA does do rigorous drug testing, so
yeah, performance-enhancing sim rigs.
You got to be a clean driver.
The tool-assisted Laguna Seca race. Brandon Chan and Fazli Majid going at it here, 4 tenths away from each other. The 2 liveryless cars find themselves together. Nate Specht not too far behind. These 2 are going side by side, Majid and Chan. Chan is going to take the position, park it right in front of Fazli, but he's going to catch some sand here. Fazli's going to take that right back, maybe not. Nope. He's going to have to tuck right in. Now Nate Specht has an opportunity. All that battling has allowed him to catch back up.
Yeah, anything's better, but it tucks back in.
Oh, and Andrew Anderson, yellow flag, lost 3 positions, and still falling like a rock.
Man.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that damage did not make that Porsche easy to handle.
Yep, now down 6 positions.
Before anybody says duh, I'll have you know that I've actually acquired some damage that made my Porsche feel faster.
Interesting.
Marlowe going at it here with Menning and Kim and Vicini. And yeah, well, this is one hell of a scrappy fight. And Victor Diaz is leading this pack here. Side by side, Kim and Vicini, I believe.
Thanks for the gift sub, Koa. Well, things are tightening up. Diego and Travis, 2 tenths, 3 tenths. Yeah, okay, I'll let Corkscrew live. That is such a cool shot. Lined up down the left-right that the camera gets. It's worth it.
Yeah, there are some cool photo opportunities. Oh, and that Porsche was all the way in the sand. Oh, and he keeps it straight.
Just barely.
Nice.
Oh, Pav and Brown side by side once again. Pav winning out. Just missed it.
Matt Short's electing to retire.
Oh, Doug is all over Michael Menning. And he does...
Threw the corkscrew at that, and he's still on the back.
When he tries to go around the outside, too, and around there. Wow, he is going at it.
Is there a gunshot? Anyone else hear the gunshot? Maybe I'm tweaking here. I don't know.
Marlowe getting around Diaz. Vicini as well.
I did not hear a gunshot, Paulie.
I through my headphones there was a gunshot.
Might have been my, I don't know. But Vicini having a really rough race. It's fallen 15 positions.
Yeah, 40 minutes left here. Only man, we're only 20 minutes in.
Yeah, it is wild.
The Laguna Seca is always a nail biter here. I remember last season was a really crazy one. So if you're looking for some more entertainment, that's a good one to go back and check out. These folks in this pack that I've been watching here are still scrapping. Evan Kim, Victor Diaz, Vicini, Marlowe, Menning. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, Menning.
And we do
Menning
have
and
that,
Mitchell actually side by side.
we do have that 10-minute pit window, so in 5 minutes the pit window will open. And per usual, ooh, caught that tail end of that Mercedes going sketchy through. Oh, and he touches Doug, and they keep it.
You can see that hood up on Menning's Mercedes there. Obviously having some handling issues here going into the dirt.
Oh, and Menning is Doug is super wide. Oh, and
Menning is practically pushing him down the straight.
Life's no fun without a good scare.
And it must be one hell of a scare seeing Menning right behind you like that. Loic and Joao going side by side here. Oh, man, Joao's catches just a little bit of dirt, slowing him up real good there. Loic also in the wrong skin today. What's going on, guys?
How funny would that be if a bunch of teams' championship hopes got ruined because a bunch of their drivers joined with the wrong car, didn't get their points counted?
We need that as a rule, guys. No, it doesn't. But start petitioning your local admin representative. This battle for the top 10 is really tightened up here. Durant, Spengler, Mercer, Diego, and Travis Nordstrom.
They can't shake each other. Every time the gap goes above a second, it snaps shut again.
And Ryan Yee is catching up to the back of the grid here.
Slow down, man. I'm going to give him a ticket.
He's gonna start giving people blue flags soon here. We'll see what he ends up doing during pit window opens here. Maybe he could take tires and make the race interesting.
He has almost enough gap to do it, too.
He does.
Oh, they're going double there in the back. By Fimbres Casas at that. Fimbres Casas looked like he was going to try to set up a switchback, but it doesn't work out.
It was just enough room for an Audi in that sandwich through that apex.
Fimbres Casas and Nordstrom going side by side.
Porsche's going to be on the outside line here.
Oh, the Audi pins it on the apex. He's got it.
Oh, good defense there by Diego. Oh, and he cut it close there on the exit, but he keeps it clean and gets a good run.
Oh, that McLaren got so much rotation through that right-hander, wow. That would scare the shit out of me. I couldn't take that line.
Yeah, Mercer, you got some fans in here hoping to spoil the Honda Porsche dominance here at the top of the grid. get a Ferrari up there on the podium.
Finally, it's Ferrari's year.
Don't pit for tires.
Well, things are popping off around P15. Vosley's still barely holding off Chan and Specht. I think they all nearly came together in that corner ago.
Calvies says, "Let's go, Dougie," for Douglas Mitchell.
Old Mr. Dougie is sitting in 24th position. He had some good scraps at the beginning there.
And he's up 6
in the
spots.
pits.
He's up 6 spots from his original position. And then I want to note Brandon Chan and Brooker Quigg are both up 13 spots.
Very nice.
So they're having absurdly good races. I'll mention Rust as well is up 8 spots, and he's up 8 spots into P10.
The pit is now open.
The window is now opening. I'm not sure what Loic was doing in the pits.
Hold on,
so
here,
early.
while we're on the back of Diego. Here's Nordstrom going up the inside.
And he's got it. He's through.
Not yet, though. Diego's still going to be here on the inside with his right hand. Wheel to wheel.
Oh, and they leave
mirror to
space. They leave the space.
mirror. They're still double. They're going to go double again. Count the quarters.
Oh, and
And
finally,
Diego pulls it out.
finally the outside loses.
That little battle there is going to lose them from the rest of the pack here, so hopefully they can catch back up.
Yeah, that was a lot of time.
Yeah, that's awesome about this track. You get a fight in sector in the first turn, and it can last the whole sector.
Yeah, those two are going to have to be careful about when they want to battle next, because it very well could take them out of podium contentions here. I mean, they were up in the pack for podium.
As Diego heads into the pits.
And
Probably a
Durant's.
good move there.
We have Menning, Pav, Brown, Anderson all in the pits at the moment. Hinger, Durant, Diego also in the pits.
Yeah, there's a lot of people battered and bruised that I imagine are going to pit immediately, like who we were just looking at, that Ivan McCroat in the BMW. He's tied with.
Riley and Rust getting real close together here. Riley's going to catch some dirt there.
And Diego was out and in traffic.
Yep, I was
Yep,
just
that
watching
was-
that.
And it is a pretty interesting pit exit here.
How's Durant's looking? He nailed it. He's got open air.
Yep, he just got up there. Diego's in a horrible spot. He really would have loved to be in front of Marlowe there. Oh, and now he's got
Vicini.
Chini. Did he let him go, or did he just have that bad of a run?
I'm not quite sure. But behind him is Kinger, and he's fighting for position.
Yeah, all these drivers, he's in the middle. Oh, no, yeah, okay, yeah, so Kinger's fighting for position with Diego.
Yeah.
Okay. And those
And
two
more
drivers
peel
going to
off.
pits.
Right, do we still have any close on-track battles? Just between Riley
That
and
was-
Russ, really?
Yep. And they're losing themselves just a little bit here. Riley does seem to have a bit of pace on Rust, and I was surprised to see that neither of them dove into the pits. They're going to hang it out towards the end of the pit window here. 6 minutes left to hop in there. That
Oh.
Mercedes looking awful weird through there,
Oh, and he
and this Honda
barely
off
holds
in
it.
the
Wow.
dirt. Yep.
2 tires off. That was close.
Yep. O'Reilly losing off the back of him. Brown and Semedo kind of close here.
How is Zhao doing? Has he pit yet?
That's a Jess question. I can't see.
Yes, he has.
All right.
So he's in P29, but that's not really reflective.
Riley hopped into the pits here. Durant is hanging out in 10th place right now.
Well, Nordstrom was gaining on Spangler, but gap's opening up again. Spangler finding time?
Got a little loose there on the exit.
Oh, no, he's not.
Ivan McCroat into the pits.
He did take that corkscrew pretty well. He's looking about just around half a second, just above half a second, falling behind Mercer here. And Mercer just dove into the pits as we hopped off screen.
For anybody curious what the fastest lap is at this point, it is a 21.8 held by, of course, Ryan Yee.
It's got to be a record. This 23-second gap he's got.
That's freaking huge, man. What the hell?
It's ridiculous.
Refs?
Ryan
mods?
Yee for D0.
Let's start giving him ballast like the old days
Yeah.
of SRA.
That's what we should do, man.
Start giving him weight.
Put some hair on his chest. Bill's
Man,
character.
He would still build a 20-second gap.
Well,
Wet tires. That's what we gotta give him.
put him on wet tires.
As the lights go on.
Owen.
Durant gets around
that-
Mercer.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Unless Mercer has something to say about it.
I mean, he's got to try here now on warmer tires. Durant's got to heat up his tires here this lap. But that chrome paint is blinding. It's hard sometimes to see when you're following it.
Oh, but I love looking at it.
It's a strategic paint color. The sun glares just hit off the chrome and blind the drivers around you.
And if you look at it just right, you see your greatest enemy. Yourself.
Oh, all those sparks look cool. yeah, right. You get close enough, you start seeing yourself, seeing you look at yourself. Man, that was a stutter. Oh no, they're good. Sorry, wrong angle. That first turn was messing me up. I thought he was sliding.
Rust into the pits. Kinger in the pits. No, Marlowe. So now Diego's got his clear air, but he's staring down a sizable gap to Mercer.
So we have a 0.8 second gap between Spangler and Nordstrom here, but they're about to navigate a blue flag as Ryan Yee hops into the pits.
Oh, it's about time. Ryan Yee was navigating blue flags like 3 hours ago.
And Spangler also hopping into the pits.
Looked like a pretty good entrance there by Spangler that we got to see.
Not bad. As we say that, Ryan is leaving.
Let's see if he
And the
cheats
blue
the
flag
track or
went
not.
over.
Goes off to the right or stays in
No,
the
this
pit
looks like a man who definitely practiced his pit exit. Oh,
lane.
look
He is
at
gonna be
it.
pitting into some traffic here.
Nailed it.
Yo. pitting into some traffic here, but I don't think he's going to be too worried with the gap that he has built up.
Oh no, he's so safe. He just has to not crash. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Lehman, buddy. You gotta get yourself in the pits. Nordstrom, you too.
Oh no.
Yeah, Lehman certainly doesn't want a Watkins Glen repeat over here.
I was gonna say Lehman's has cut it close before.
Oh, and we've got a stop go. Dished out to Dominic.
No, not Duran. Clear
Lehman's
it.
really
Clear
struggling
it.
with the car here.
real stealth admin clear all. Oh, and Nordstrom
Oh, there's
off
a
track.
car backwards into the track. Wow. Ooh.
What happened?
The
Lehman
USA.
heading into pits.
Oh, the wiggle.
USA
The death wiggle.
Nordstrom.
Oh,
Go.
and is he gonna make it for the pits? And he will. Nice. Okay. Lehman and Nordstrom waiting to the last possible second. Nordstrom has the unlucky very first pit box here. As soon as you round that corner. And the pit window's closed. So these are your positions, guys. As soon as Nordstrom and Lehman get out, but Ryan Yee still holding that dominating first place, 20 seconds ahead of Danny Durant's. Just, it's silly. And he has his turn signal on. Maybe that's the trick to go faster.
I can't make sense of it. Oh, I know. He's burning electrical charge, and electrons still have mass, right? So he's shedding weight.
Mm-hmm.
This is Marlowe right behind Foz. Going for the outside here. There's overlap. Foz hugs this inside line. Keeps the position here.
Oh, Marlowe gets a better exit, but nowhere to go. He tries again for the later apex. Nothing doing.
Yeah, gonna have to try another corner.
Diego is under extreme pressure from Kinger here. 3/10 off of the back, and he's just all over him. Left, right, left, right. It's crazy. Nordstrom losing a couple positions for his backwards entry into the wall. Sitting 8th place now after the pit window, but he is 5/10 off of Travis Robinson. Got some Trav on Trav action going on here. I'm sure Trav is feeling real good. Being in 7th position here is a real good place to be.
There can only be
Trav's
one
feeling
Travis.
pretty good about P8. Not a bad place to be either.
Kinger and Diego. Yep,
Oh,
still going
hold
at
on here,
2/10.
Paulette. Oh, and Marlowe almost collected Foz there and bails out there.
Ooh.
That was close.
Yeah, Slipstream was a little too powerful there. Gave him a little too much speed there than he expected. Sorry, Paul, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
You're all good. Just looking at Diego, who's having a good performance today. Let's see, yeah, Diego is up 2 positions, but he's just been looking really good out there. Lehman up 4 positions. Jeremy Mercer up 2. Nordstrom and Spengler both down 5 positions overall. Patrick Rust up 7. Mr. Sir up 10. Brandon Chan up 15. That's good. Brooker Quigg also up 14. Diaz up 8 positions along with McCroat. Douglas Mitchell, he's up 9 positions at the moment.
Good job, Doug.
Chris Brown down 15. There's your
Ouch.
plus and minus for today.
Why'd you have to call him out like that?
Look, man, I'm just here reporting the facts, okay?
The people
Unbiased
deserve to know.
news. Yep.
Alright.
The people.
here they go again. Marlowe on Foz into turn 1. He's going to choose the outside, but Foz has seen this before and he's not fooled. You cannot get around this Mercedes, Marlowe.
Gotta try the other side.
You gotta try it through the corkscrew, man. You gotta send it.
I dare you.
No, I feel like that just gave a commentator's curse, and we're gonna see a dive bomb into the corkscrew by the end of the race now. Hopefully not, but
Doesn't have the run for it. But he might get the exit. No, Foz knows what he's doing.
yeah, that corkscrew is hard to hit consistently, especially as the race goes on and your tires start to wear and it grips up differently when you come back down after going over the hill.
He said it gripped different.
Yeah, like the tires will
It's
catch
built differently.
different. Yeah, like coming off the. I don't know. I feel like if I remember correctly, I would like lose grip coming over the crest as Marlowe goes on the outside again. Yep, Stig's on the outside here.
It's deja vu.
Yeah.
Nowhere to
So
go.
whatever you watched last lap, that's what's happening this side. And
Inger, Robinson, and Nordstrom starting to group up here.
oh, and Marlowe might have figured something out
No,
here. Oh,
no.
oh, and he touched the curb. Oh, but he saves it.
All the while, Brooker Quigg reeling him in from the distance. Let's jump ahead though.
We got Coach Romo, who is rooting on Faz in the chat. 20 minutes left of the race here, guys. Is there any favorites for some major position gains here, or anyone that you're rooting on? I mean, I think we already know, bar Ryan Yee having some major incident here, he's going to walk with this one. But yeah, any thoughts, opinions in the chat? Thank you for tuning in today, Wander.
Oh, Marlowe's yellow flagged and dropping like a rock. Oh, and perpendicular to the track.
Oh, and he's out in a rough spot. Where do you go? Oh, and
Okay,
he
he's-
sees some open room there.
Let's see what happened.
Who is this?
Oh, and he gets... Is that
Oh.
Foz that just spun him around?
That might have been his teammate. Or, yeah, it might have been Foz. It's Brooker and Foz. Those are the two Mercedes that were involved, or around the incident, I guess.
Oh, it looks like he's at least still in one piece.
Yeah, Toady, you commented the Mercedes sandwiching the Honda at the wrong time because they just committed murder.
At the Battle of the Spooky Astons right here. A Gravedigger versus, is it Jack Skellington?
I'm watching a Porsche sandwich of the other Gravedigger liveried Aston. The Trav-on-Trav violence is still ongoing. Robinson, however, getting real close up to Kinger. Going on board with him now as they enter into Sector 2. Anger, our top silver driver tonight.
He's
is
way
doing really well for
overperforming.
himself. Oh yeah, whipping that number 412 Porsche around the track with the utmost precision. Jay Sparks in second place for silver at the moment, and Brandon Chan in third.
Trains are starting to really get more spread out now. Race is starting to settle down finally.
With 16 minutes left.
Both Durant and Yee still setting down top qualifying times with 15 minutes left of the race to go. 22.5 and a 22.6 respectively. Ryan Yee still with the fastest lap of the day with a 21.8. We have a McLaren blue flag that is coming up here on kind of a poor spot to be slow for these drivers here. See how they navigate this. Going through the corkscrew together. Grouping up these drivers behind here.
There's not really any good place to get out of the way, is there?
Yeah.
Not until this next
Nordstrom
corner.
using this opportunity to catch up here.
Yeah, there's his turn signal. I think he's saying, go up my inside. Yeah, there it is. He went super deep.
There we go.
To give them all the apex. Oh, but the rest of them follow through. And they don't really leave him the runoff. They're just thinking about their own race. That was kind of rude.
Oh, and that's a Porsche trying to make his move as Travis trying to make his move on the other Travis going up the inside here.
Oh, and he's so deep.
Robinson.
That's the Porsche up his
Meadow.
inside. Gets the apex.
Oh, gonna get that
Yellow
move
flag
done.
here.
Oh, we got fights behind, too.
Victor Diaz, Evan Kim, and Faz going at it right now.
As we cross the line, Evan Kim all over Fosley. We're going to see another repeat. Fosley protecting the inside.
Minutes left of this race here. This has been quite a nail biter. Lots of good battles up and down the grid. All these
Nick
drivers
Sand
are
getting
looking
around
at
the
that
crow.
time.
Up the inside in turn 1. And Chris Brown once again yellow flag, falling a few more spots down to P29. Rough race for him. Oh, and it looks like Ivan didn't repair any of that damage, unless that's new. Bold move. Look at that rotation. Would you just look at it?
What is that? What's his name on YouTube again? Bassmaster or something?
I totally forget, but it's burned into my brain, that line. And his delivery.
Funny guy.
Oh,
Kim almost pushing Fazley here.
We missed it, I missed it. The Porsche sandwich has collapsed.
Uh-oh.
Travis Nordstrom and Jason Kinger reunited at last. It's so America themed. I love their liveries. Koa says,
still hold.
McCroat's livery still looking good though. So true. And whoa, way up the inside. He keeps it together though. I don't know if that was intentional or an act of desperation or what. Because I was kind of looking away. But nice move, Trav.
And they were teammates.
Ryan Yee is actually pulling blue flags on Victor Diaz, Evan Kim, and Fazley right now.
I misheard blue for yellow flag. I was like, oh no.
Still crazy. I mean, he is
Yeah, those aren't slow people.
Going around P16, 17, 18 right now. These are very fast drivers.
Yeah, Durant was reeling Ryan Yee in there for a little bit. I saw the time go from a 23-second gap to a 22-second gap, but it has since extended back to a 23. That was sarcasm, again, just making sure everybody knows.
Almost had him.
Almost within 22 seconds.
Oh, Evan Kim's feeling the pressure of the blue flag now, getting out of the way. Yeah.
Oh, like a homing missile. Honda goes super deep, nearly off the track. And that will put the kibosh on that battle for a little while.
10 minutes left.
Ryan Yee has gotten around fast. This battle is grouping back up the way it was. Everyone was nice and cordial and let him by at convenient times.
Evan's still on the back of Foz here, trying to find a way around.
Mistakes gotta happen eventually, right?
But Foz has been having a great race. He started out way strong, gained a lot of positions, and then has had really good defensive effort on a couple of these drivers here. Did not make it. Oh, and a little loose there, a little bumpy, but Evan can't seem to capitalize too much on anything. Yeah, it's just, to be a defensive driver here is tough on this track because there's not much room for error when you have a car right on the back of you.
Yep.
Yes, McCroach's livery still is looking good. It would be looking a lot better, though, if he had a friend on the track.
Nate Specht improving on his previous best. Up 23.4. I think this is still faster than me. By a long shot. And he is slowly trying to reel in Andrew Anderson. Oh, and Spangler gets John Robinson. I just missed it.
Wow. Last time I looked, Robinson was pulling in Kinger.
Robinson dropping down from 6th place or 5th, or rather 7th place, all the way down to 9th now.
Yeah, they were lapping about the same, but Trav made a mistake that lap. Cost him a bunch of time. That's why.
This is Travis Nordstrom on the back of Diego Fimbres Casas.
And the pressure's been on for a while.
When the Audi put his left tires in a dangerous spot in the sand there. We've seen 2 cars spin out there because of it.
On Loic, yellow flagged, and Delta growing rapidly. Oh, and the Audi goes super deep, nearly spins out.
He kept it.
Wow, 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 wow.
He was fucking sideways.
That was, yeah, he nearly drifted it like Tokyo Drift style through there. That was the absolute edge. I don't think you could really push it much further and still be able to keep it pointed. Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, Diego. That was a good piece of driving there to save that.
It's a shame a camera changed to take them out of vision for a moment.
It was an interesting angle though, because you knew they were coming, so I had a lot of anticipation to see what was going to happen.
And the stationary camera gives you a sense of their speed better than tracking all the time does.
Yeah.
And this part of the grid's starting to collapse a little bit. They speed up. We're about to have a 4-way fight for P5. That's with Diego, Travis, Jason, and Jeff. My name's Jeff.
Oh no.
He's got to put that on his car. That'd be a funny one.
I would appreciate it.
Roll up to the back of him. My name's Jeff.
Duran, Mitchell, McCroat, what is going on here? I did not see this battle here, but
and he's up
Duran
the
looking up the inside of Mitchell here. Nothing Mitchell can really do.
Yoink.
Yep, that's his position.
It's the battle of the admins right there.
Yep.
Oh, and Travis Robinson would just missed it. Pulling a U-turn to get back on track. What's this?
Oh man, Travis, buddy.
So he went off track. No, somebody else went off track, rejoined, and he closed the door on them, not expecting them to still be there and fighting. That's rough.
Oh man, both Doug and Duran getting loose behind McCroat here, just whipping it through. McCroat taking the inside line here, defending from Duran. Let's hop on board with Duran, see what he's seeing.
Oh no,
actually, never
Doug's
mind,
gonna
Mitchell.
have a run. Oh, and he tucks back in.
Ooh. Yeah, not much. He can't really go too wide through that kink there. I think if they get taken out in the game, then it will also get taken out for spectators as well, Mr. Dromo.
I don't know if that's true.
I believe so, because I've seen them take out markers before. So.
Okay. Boom, and just like that, we are 3 minutes left, 3.5 minutes left. Down to the last couple laps here. Ryan is not getting any slower for anybody wondering.
I was not wondering. Don't care, didn't ask.
Robinson, yep. Yellow flagged, he's in pits.
Yeah.
Dropping down the positions rapidly. Very unfortunate.
No.
And he's had such a good race there. Evan, Kim, and Faz are still going at it here.
To the surprise of probably nobody. Look at how close Duran's getting to McCroat through there.
Yeah. Oh, and look at behind Michael Menning. Just all over the back of Doug here.
Oh, there's a yellow flag up ahead. No, sorry, he's pit.
Oh, and Menning sends it down the inside on Doug there.
It works.
Now Doug having to get out of the way for a bunch of faster drivers here. Lehman coming up behind him.
And he does stab the brakes on the inside, let him swing around.
Yeah, it's Lehman, Diego, and Nordstrom, correct?
Yeah, smart move, just let him by. Now he's 4.7 seconds off the back of the battle that he was in before.
I was gonna say smart for Menning to dive bomb him there and get. Oh, and is that Menning off the track here? Menning might have just let them by, so.
Trav might have the run right here. Not quite.
You can hear McCroat locking up his brakes there as Duran is still just chasing him down. 2 tenths between these two. Duran getting a little squirrely there. You can see all that damage on the front of McCroat's car. Maybe that livery isn't looking so good, but Lehman sending it down the inside of Duran there. He's just going to have to let these folks by. That battle's going to have to go on pause for a second here. Not what Dom wanted to see happen. But Lehman just stuck his nose in there and said, it's going to happen whether you want it to or not. Manning is now caught right back up to Duran here. 4/10 between the two.
Ooh. Trying to get around a blue flag, and he goes too wide, misses the apex, and finds very quickly that line takes him into the sand.
This is looking like a multi-class event.
And McCroat now losing on the two positions to Duran and Menning.
All right, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
And you heard the man. 1 lap left.
Evan Kim gets around Foz while I wasn't looking.
Oh, what?
Victor is now 3/10 off the back of him.
Evan, you should have given us a heads up.
Come on, man. Give us a
know
ping.
next
Hop in here.
That fight was brewing for
I'm about
so
to
long.
pass. I'm about to pass.
It's happening!
Yep, and you heard it on the mic there, guys. The leader is on the final lap. The race is done. We're just waiting for everyone to come around here, get these final finishing positions. These drivers are going to be scrambling.
The race is not done. They're scrambling for the last lap.
The time is out. The race is not done. That is what I meant to say. These drivers are scrambling on the last lap to get that last couple of positions. Victor isn't going to be able to make it happen, though. Losing a lot of speed coming up on the uphill here. He's now 1.3 seconds off of the back of Fazley. Spangler, 4/10 off the back of Riley. Honda on Honda action here.
Oh, look at this.
This is a mess in front. This is a total mess. And here's Douglas Mitchell in the fray of it all. And they're coming up on, I believe that's McCroat. Just going to try to let them by on the inside, I assume. Ryan Yee has come in for the win.
Making his way through.
Oh,
it's no Doug!
Catching some dirt.
Doug loses it.
Not the last lap.
No, Doug.
And he
Come on.
immediately loses 2 spots for it. And if he's lucky, that'll be the end of it.
Brutal.
But
Fimbres Casas
finishing
trying to get
their
this last
races
position.
is, Quig, Kim, Majid, Victor Diaz, and Marlowe securing P14 through 18.
Durant and Mercer coming in. Mercer only finishing 2 seconds off the back of Durant, so that's a really good race for him. Fimbres Casas not going to be able to make this last position happen, catching a little bit of gravel on the exit there. And Lehman and Diego coming in for 4th and 5th, respectively. Nordstrom, 6th. Kinger, 7th. Riley, 8th. Spangler coming in 9th. Still duking it out there with McCroat as McCroat comes across the line. As he slides into the gravel trap. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't be in first person there. Sparks also coming across. Patrick Rust for 11th place. And there you go, folks. There's your top 10. Ryan Yee, Durant, and Mercer for the top 3 of the gold division. Kinger, Sparks, and Chan are your top 3 of the silver division.
Great job.
That's our race, folks. Douglas Mitchell, the last one to come across the line here with a completely battered car. That ain't gonna feel good. Man, he was having such a good race. Oh, as he instantly puts it right into the wall out of frustration. Can't blame him.
I think that's the motorsports equivalent of a headbang.
It might be. It might be.
But Colin, would you mind wrangling some more podium boys?
Yep. Working on it as we speak.
Yo, come on, man. Chop, chop. Let's go. Ain't got all day. Let's go.
Yeah, we're moving here. Time's money. But wow, what a race. That felt like forever. There was so much happening.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where it always feels like forever. It's always pins and needles the entire time. I mean, it's such a short track. It only takes for these guys a minute and 22 seconds about to get around. And like most tracks, you're looking at just shy or just over 2 minutes. So significantly shorter. And there's a lot of areas where you just got to tip it in, and not a lot of too wide opportunities, and makes for some really interesting battles. But yeah, fantastic race. A lot of shakeups in the order. Durant's still holding on relatively to Ryan Yee's dominating victory here. Only finishing 20 seconds off of Ryan Yee here, but still a very respectable run. Mercer also having a great run, finishing third, only 2 seconds off the back of him.
Yeah,
Diego.
P5 to P2. He quietly had a really good race. Good representation for Ferrari too.
Yeah, and last race, Mercer was just chasing down Ryan Yee, so he's shown just an incredible performance this season, and it's just been a pleasure watching him every time that we tune in for him. Diego also having a really good race here. Was really excited to see all the battles that he was in. Yeah, just great all the way up and down. Very unfortunate last minute scenario for Doug there.
Very.
He was actually doing decently well. Got himself up to 21st position. But we have our first victim here. Who do we got?
Ryan Yee, congratulations, man. You embarrassed everybody else.
Well, you're up here for your weekly interview. Just another dominating run, over 20 seconds above P2, and Durant's was no slouch. He was putting in some insane times, and on his last lap had a great qualifying run there. Almost had you, but lost just a teeny bit of time in that last corner there. How were you feeling this race, and what was it like being up front, navigating the blue flags, and how were you managing yourself, pacing yourself out to keep that lead up?
Um, to be honest, I didn't really think about much. It was just kind of get through the lap, don't hit the curbs, especially don't hit the curb at the kink, keep it on track, and that's about it.
Were the blue flags kind?
Yeah, they're all kind, really pleasant.
Excellent.
This is good to hear. Many a driver though fell victim to that kink curb. It's a brutal one. It sends you 4 wheels off the ground, careening into the careening into the sand on the opposite side of the track. So, not something you want to do. Very difficult to tip the car in there, and it's a very difficult track to stay so consistent.
Oh yeah.
I saw that relatively early on in the race. You had an insane lap that you managed to keep as your fastest for much of the race at 21.8. And you were doing that with full fuel. I mean, how was the car feeling early on in the race?
It felt great, felt planted. It was exactly what I was expecting, so that's great. My pressures were a tiny bit lower than I was expecting compared to the practice session, which were the same temperature, so it was a little bit strange. As the tires went away, it got a little bit sketchy, so maybe around like the 30 minutes to 10 minutes remaining mark, I was a little bit sketchy, but in the last 10 minutes or so, the pace kind of came back. I was on pace for another 21 or so in the last 5 minutes. I just couldn't hold it all together, but overall, car was doing well.
And so you also participated in the Transatlantic Cup here, representing SRA, and I believe I heard that you pulled in a P2. Colin may be able to speak a little bit more on that. Wasn't able to tune in, but how did the Transatlantic Cup come into play here? Were you able to use a lot of that experience that you were doing all the practice for that track here tonight?
I'd say they were very two different, completely different races. One was Porsche in the wet, and the other's here, Honda in the dry. So it was a little bit strange, but it was I find it a little bit funny. The gearing for the Porsche in the wet is actually really, really similar to the Honda in the dry. So if I don't focus, I'm gonna think I'm driving in the wet, but I have all this extra grip.
Yeah, and the gearing in the Honda, there's a lot of Honda drivers complain about that. So, uh, yeah, just uh, another dominating race from you today, Ryan, and it's been an absolute pleasure watching you this season. You have an over 100-point lead on P2 in the standings, so bar you getting banned tomorrow. I mean, maybe there's some admin trickery going on here. it looks like you're going to walk away with this championship. One more race to go, though. How are you feeling about the upcoming race and the impending celebration?
I think we discussed in one of the chats before the race, if I finish 6th, I could at worst tie for first if I don't show up for Kyalami. So I do believe I have the championship wrapped up. So it's not a whole lot of pressure for me, but I'll decide how much effort I want to put in for Kyalami next week.
Hey man, you can, grab a beer, cruise around the track nice and slow, kick your feet up and just one hand on the wheel, go for a Sunday cruise, taking the sights and sounds.
Yeah, I got to prepare for that shoey later on.
Yeah.
I don't got an extra pair of shoes, so if anyone wants to fund me, that's the time.
Get some J's to do the the shoey with.
Yeah, Evan Kim says Ryan Yee needs a Nerf. So yeah, that'll be your Nerf. Use your one pair of shoes.
Yep. There
You're
go.
Right.
But thank you for joining us up here again, Ryan. And it's been a pleasure watching you this season. And we'll probably see you up here next race.
Yes, we will. See ya.
Thank you for having me. I'll see you guys.
Yeah. Boom. All right. We're going to bring up Danny Durant's our P2 here. Danny, welcome to the booth here. You had a really good race. We were watching you during the qualifying run and in the practice race beforehand. You were looking just insane out there, and you were the favorite up here to take the pole.
Yeah, you were mine for sure.
So close there on that last lap. We were watching it, and you just caught, just a slightly bad exit, losing that, half a tenth.
Right at the middle of sector 3
to get that pole, but. You had a super consistent race out there. How are you feeling?
Yeah, man, I'm really happy. This was the first podium for me, and I think my 3 seasons here so far. So, absolutely happy with it. I know there was a little incident there on lap 1, turn 3 with Nordstrom, so I haven't been able to review that or not. But anyway, but other than that, the qualifying was great. Yeah, I was trying to push. I've got all new gear for me, so I was really trying to push as much as I can and make it everything count. At the end of the day, I got what I got, and because I have the new gear, I was trying to make sure my race pace was as consistent as I could make it, and I was just having fun out there, man. That was really what it was all about for me.
Big success then, hopping in here with new gear. I know how hard that can be sometimes. Everything feels just a little bit different, but just insane. But Ryan Yee, I was hoping that you were going to be able to jump him at the start there and try to keep him behind, but that 20-second gap, 23-second gap there in the end, how are you feeling about that? A little bit defeated that you couldn't get up there, or?
Oh no, by no means, man. Still, like I said, I went into conservation mode really for the race because I knew if I had pushed just like I did with qualifying, I would have potential for mistakes. So I was happy to be that far behind. I mean, honestly, for me, next season I'll come back a little stronger. I'll have a lot more muscle memory with the gear and be able to push more. I really during my practices was able to push a lot more and keep some of that pace that Ryan had up front from a race perspective. But I knew if I did that, that just would mean, I'd make a mistake somewhere, and I just didn't want to do it. So I had to slow down, therefore, make it conservative. So 20 seconds, 30 seconds, at the end of the day, I'm just happy with the podium at this point.
Well, I mean, congratulations, and congratulations on your first podium this season. It didn't look like your first podium, with that performance out there. You were just looking really good out there. Tuned into you a couple times, and you were just running your race and hanging out. Just a fantastic performance. I do have one question for you though. What happened to your livery?
So is it not showing up, or is it showing up? What's
just
the
silver
question?
with some blue, right?
Yes. So Andrew and I were working on that last race, and I know I completely messed it up. I think there may be some overlap with the number, at least the folder, and I thought we fixed it last race, but apparently that didn't work. So it should be consistent with what Andrew has, right? So we should have that white component on it, but I think there's another 72 out there that's getting referenced, and I don't know. We'll fix it.
Hmm.
We'll try and get it fixed before the last race.
Godspeed.
Well, yeah, I want to see them. I want everyone to have a nice boom. Everyone's got to be looking sharp. We're going in for our season finale, and that's one of the biggest streams of the season here. And we may even do something a little bit special. I don't know. We haven't talked about it yet, but I want everyone looking sharp out there. And hopefully, with if you get your livery fixed, you can have another podium up here.
Yep, that's the goal, man. That's the goal. I got another week to get some muscle memory and get used to my equipment, so I'm going to be looking to push and see where we're at. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Danny.
Thanks. See you
ya.
next time.
Welcome. All right, bye.
All right, who are we bringing up here next, Colin? Colin. MIA. We're bringing
Bueller.
up Jason Kinger here. Jason, fantastic
Hello.
race out there. How are you feeling? I mean, you were the silver lead, and we were watching you. You had a dominating race in general. I mean, you were whipping that 412 Porsche out there for ANSI 3D, and you had Travis Nordstrom right behind you to support you. Was there any team dynamic going on there, or any, was he rooting you on, or and how are you feeling so far up in the grid?
Well, I'll start with this. I appreciate your kind words. I want to thank my sponsors, obviously. So ANSI 3D, that's our title sponsor, the Batman's brand. I appreciate the support all season. As far as the race is concerned, I appreciate Travis. He's an engineer, so he was helping me with the car prior because I didn't get a lot of practice this week. And he's always been the guy that's been cool, calm, collected, and just told me basically keep it on track. And he knows I have the pace, so that confidence was superb. Basically through that race, it was just a grind, man. From the beginning, kind of got bumped by Vicini and T3 there. Kind of set me off, but just put my nose down and just started fighting. Travis and I did have a little bit of team strategy there. Messed up a couple of times, but we were able to get back together. And at the end there, we were pushing to try to catch Diego and Lehman, but it's very tough to pass here. So we were just happy to finish 6 and 7.
I mean, you guys were involved in battles pretty much the entire race. I mean, that top 10 was pretty much all within a tenth of each other, sans, P1, 2, and 3, were just kind of walking away. But we had you guys got a lot of camera time.
Yeah.
This race, a lot of interesting battling going on, and it was like, holding your breath, waiting, is someone going to pass here? You guys are 2 tenths, 3 tenths away from each other for 5, 6, 7 laps in a row, and it was just insane.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. I found that before the pit window there, I was behind Lehman, and I would catch him, but it's so tough to pass. So eventually, I just kind of backed off, cooled down the tires just to save a little bit for the end of the race, and I ended up making a mistake. Robinson got in front of me. I pit early, and it turned out well, I guess.
A really good company to be in, especially for Silver Division. You were looking absolutely fantastic out there. How are you feeling about Kyalami? Is this going to be a repeat performance here, or?
Well, we need a strong one. As far as the team championship, I think we made up a little bit of ground today. I know that Yee's pretty damn quick, so it's hard to catch him, but I know that we're pretty far up the standings, so we're trying to just get a good finish again. I don't know about a solid top 10 for both of us, but I'm gunning for that silver title, so we'll see. I want to do Shuey.
All right. Well, we hope to see said Shuey at the end of the season.
He wants to do a shoey. He
Absolutely.
wants to do it.
Oh, that hey, not.
It's a badge of honor.
Yeah. But thank you so much for joining us up here, Jason, and we hope to see you many more times for. Well, I guess there's only one more race this season, but many more times here in the D1 booth, and it's been a pleasure watching you today.
For sure, and I just want to thank you guys too. It's a lot of work you guys put in every week. You do a phenomenal job, so keep up the great work.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Great racing, made our job easy.
Yeah, thanks for putting on a good show.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Good night.
Night. All right, we're bringing up John Sparks here. Mr. Sparks, how are you feeling today? Great racing out there.
Thanks, man. I'm feeling good. The goal was top 10 and silver podium, and mission accomplished on both counts. So,
Hey,
points.
yeah, there you go. I mean, you were making that Honda look good out there today. I saw you had a couple little incidents there, a couple little squirrely moments, but you were involved in quite a few battles, and once again, you also got a decent bit of camera time there. Everyone in the top 10 was pretty much locked in battles throughout the entire race, and you were no exception. How was the car feeling? How was the tires feeling at the end of the race?
No problem. I'd done full fuel long runs earlier in the week, and really went with a pretty safe setup in order to preserve the tires. So I didn't have any issues, and I was able to mostly retain my lap times all the way up through the end. So no real issues there.
Well, I mean, you were looking absolutely fantastic out there. But is there anyone you want to thank today for your silver podium?
As always, the boys over at Comic Racing.
There you go. Always got to support the team, just a fantastic livery they've put together, and a
Love comic
fantastic
racing.
team that you guys have. So
Got to
it's
tell you,
always
we were just talking about it a couple of days ago that we still haven't gotten tired of looking at our liveries this season.
oh yeah,
It's
no,
so good.
It's
really
so
is.
clean, but yet so detailed. I mean, it's
Oh,
just
it's
like
got
the whole
style.
branding is on point. I mean, you
Yeah,
guys really
so
hit it out
good.
of the park. So
Yeah, so Land Shark, Land Shark, Land Shark.
yeah, he's the master graphic designer. He's put a lot of work into the league, and as far as I know, he did a lot of the track maps, and he's been working on some stuff with the website, I believe, and also doing the comic racing graphic design, and that's just been insane. So
I
definitely a
think we
great
should keep
asset.
him.
Yeah. Maybe you have to pay him a little more. Might have to poach him over for Champion Motorsports.
No,
But
no, no.
but thank you for joining us up here today, John, and hope to see you up here again next week for our season finale, and many more times in the D1 stream.
Yep, congrats.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. Good race to everybody else as well.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
All right. And our last is our P3, Jeremy Mercer. All right, Jeremy, you had a P3 today. You really didn't get a lot of camera time because you just put your head down and ran. You were looking really good out there.
He
You
was in there a
finished.
good bit. He was the
Yeah,
Ferrari.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He's
at the
scrapping.
beginning, you definitely did have some, but late race, I mean, you were just cruising.
Yeah.
You have to admonish Dom when you get back for not running the correct livery, not representing Plan E today. He was representing the SRA Transatlantic Cup, but yeah, you're looking really good out there. Not quite as a dominating performance as we saw last week, where you were right on the bumper of Ryan Yee, but still looking really good out there. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I guess in comparison to last race, the car felt really good on Barcelona, especially in the wet. And here it's, Laguna isn't maybe not my best track and maybe not the best track for the car. And it's definitely a big challenge to try and compete with say the Porsche and the Honda there. So going.
Well, I mean, you couldn't tell because I mean, you were just looking fantastic. I mean, yeah, the Porsches and the Hondas were really able to whip the car around the track, but and yeah, maybe the Ferrari doesn't have the best times around here compared to those cars, but you were still able to make it work for you.
Yeah, I was luckily able to keep it consistent, and a lot of the people I was racing around ended up making mistakes, I think especially on the pit cycle, so that's where I really gained my space. So we had a big train of cars before the pit with Durant's Spengler, I believe, me,
Yep.
Diego, and I think Nordstrom was behind him. But everyone except me and Durant's messed up the pit somehow, so it ended up being a little bit more lonely after that.
Well, I mean, another fantastic performance from you. Is there anyone that you want to thank for your P3 today?
Yeah, I'll thank Plan E again. It was nice. I was being able to be welcomed into a team on very short notice since I joined the season late. And it's been good. The Ferrari's been good this season.
Well, it's been fantastic having you up here, and fantastic P3, and we hope to see some more of that magic next week. Speaking of, how are you feeling for Kyalami?
Pretty good. I like the track. I guess I don't know how well the car does there. I haven't driven the Ferrari at Kyalami yet, but I like the track, and I think the car I can get to feel good there. I'm not sure what pace will look like though yet, so we'll find out.
I will look forward to seeing that. But yeah, thank you for joining us up here, and we hope to see you next week.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Good luck, man.
All right, guys. So that is the conclusion of our stream. I'd like to go before. Hold up, not the conclusion. Wait just a minute. Hold your
up.
horses, everyone.
Wait a minute.
Stay in your seats. Don't get that clicker and change the channel, because I have some folks that I want to shout out here. Firstly, if I can find my sponsor list here, which is eluding me. Sponsors, here we go. Our title sponsors, Roby Toady, Daehee Yun, Joshua Arnold, Evan Kim, Paulie Hartman, Thomas Greer, Dominic Duran, Zach Sky, Tyler James, Jacob Wolfen, Fazli Majid, Kyle McGinnis, Stephanie Fisher, and Matt Morrison. Also, I'd like to thank our SRA sponsors, Daniel Gutierrez, Philip Menzies, Michael Jeffries, Koa Jeromo, Nate Allen, and Justin Rowley. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
And I'm also going to shout out our affiliates here at SRA. The first one is Armamentario Software. We are the official North American Racing League of Armamentario Software. They make a HUD that is how ACC should have been designed in the first place. They have all sorts of cool different options for you to choose from there to customize your HUD the way you want it to be. And we have a bunch of different videos and the clips and highlights of folks around SRA enjoying Armamentario and showing off their setup. So I highly suggest you look in there, and I highly suggest you check out Armamentario Software. And thank you for supporting us. I'd also like to thank Track Racer. They make some fantastic rigs. And these beautiful 80/20 all black with the red accents. It's
a lot of
stuff.
kits all look very samey because they kind of are. Track Racer really makes it look like their own product. It's nice.
Oh yeah. But we do have an affiliate code with them. So if you have been on the fence saying, and I'm looking at that TR80 or that TR160, make sure to use our code. And I believe we
if that's not in the description already, it will be in the future.
Yeah. And all the links are in the affiliates tab on our Discord. I'd also like to thank Retro Saga. They have lots of cool retro video games, so be sure to check them out. But thank you to all of you guys for tuning in here and watching us bumble around here in the booth.
I hope y'all enjoyed it.
This fantastic race here at Laguna Seca. If you liked what you saw here today, make sure to go down into the description and go to simracingalliance.com or discord.gg/simracingalliance to join up today. There is a division for everyone. So if you're like, I don't know, I'm not that fast, or I'm kind of new to the game. Well, we welcome people of all skill levels, from the fastest people in North America to people who just downloaded the game yesterday. If you want an awesome racing experience, be sure to join up. I
just want to say, if you have never joined a racing league before, this is a great one for your first, because even if you're like, I'm not that fast, most of the people in this league are not that fast. For being real, right?
Whoa!
Just law of averages, right?
I'm personally offended.
we got a league for everybody, is what I'm saying. So join up.
Yeah, just what Justice was saying is 100% accurate.
Just everyone but like me and Colin, they're all not that. But me and yeah, we're like insanely fast. So if you see us on track and you join up, just be sure just get out of the way. But but seriously, very friendly racing league. A lot of people are very approachable. So a lot of different coaching and videos that you can watch to help improve your driving skills. So I highly recommend. Even if you don't participate in our races, just check it out. We got a lot of things happening around the community and exhibition races. So always a lot of fun. And also, I recommend going into our YouTube or Twitch VOD backlog. A lot of awesome races in there. If you want to have some fun entertainment. But yeah, we're coming up to the close of our season here. This was race 7. We're looking at race week 8, which will be our finale at Kyalami. So be looking forward to that. Same time next week. Should be the same commentators. And should be the same, if not more fun. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'm signing off from the VOD as Polly Hartman.
Jess Osborne.
My name's Colin. Good night, everybody.
Wow, wow, wow. Good night.